I want to hone in on something you said, and I just want to make sure I'm not misunderstanding this. This is all being documented during that process, and it goes to an auditing team with IBHS. What happens if the audit finds that it wasn't installed correctly?
The home will not be designated. The home will not be designated. If your contractor basically does not follow the recipe, okay, if this is not prescriptive in the way that they approach this, then there are errors that are irreversible short of tearing it off and starting over. Okay. Hopefully, your evaluator and your contractor are in collaboration. They're talking, they're crystal clear. The grant program is new in Oklahoma. It's new to contractors, it's new to evaluators, some evaluators. We have evaluators in Oklahoma from other parts of the country who have been doing this for 20 years, who are coaching and helping and really facilitating the process. Appreciate that so much because they've been experienced in the grant programs and they've been experienced with IBHS. They understand in a way that we're only learning about. So that's critical that we draw from those resources. The contractors have got to understand, and hopefully you have a contractor who has done training with their staff, who has done training with their crews, who is on site day in and day out, personally, full-time on-site supervision and documentation of everything that's going on, that someone is there catching every issue before it becomes an issue for a consumer. And that's the way we approach these jobs. That's the way that I would coach and counsel any of the roofing community to approach these jobs is, you don't want to be the guy at the end of the day that had a roof that didn't get designated. It's not good for you. It's not good for the program. And it certainly is not good for that consumer. I don't want to see it happen. I hope it never does, but that's what can happen. Now, when I went out on the very first home that was being built under the grant program as the evaluator, there were products on the site that were not acceptable in the program. All right. So the very first thing that I and the contractor did was clean that all up. Take these products and put them in your truck so that they don't accidentally get grabbed and somebody putting them on the roof. Take these nails and put them away. These nails don't work. Take this underlayment, put it away. This doesn't work. Hopefully the evaluators and the contractors are working together like that. The second job we did as an evaluator, or that I did as an evaluator with a contractor, decking was being installed incorrectly. I don't know, a lot of people probably don't know this, but OSB decking is intended to be laid horizontally on a roof. It is not intended to be laid vertically. It is not structurally rated decking. You can buy structurally rated OSB, but that is not what's being sent out to all these jobs. And I had a case where at the top of a hip, where you get to kind of that triangular shape, instead of going and getting another sheet of OSB, the roofer had just simply cut a triangular shaped piece of OSB to stick in there, and it was running vertically. Now, I made them take it off, go back over to the center of that ridge, cut that back, put in more than a half sheet of OSB running horizontally. Those are little things, but those are the kinds of things that need to be being paid attention to. We are, Chris, you know this, we as a company, we're going to photograph everything on our fortified roofs. Number one, so that we can podcast and talk about and show people and be able to roll that out for people what it really looks like on a roof. Number two, so that we have all of our documentation. We're going to set a video camera on a tripod on the roof and video the entire thing to where that we're really able to teach, because there's a lot about this that people don't understand. If you have a contractor, you might ask your contractor about their experience with systems roofs or with fortified installations. I'm going to tell you, we have told our subcontractors, number one, limit the size of the crew that you send to the job, because you don't want this to be a whole bunch of people running all over a roof doing things that nobody's paying attention to. Limit the size of your crew. Make sure that you have ample supervision on top of the roof with the crew. We're going to have bilingual people on the roof, and we're going to have Tad on the roof with his standard and his detail sheets and everything else. We have told the crew, this is a small roof, but you don't come over here thinking you're going to be done in 6 hours. This roof will take you the entire day and maybe into the second day, because you're going to have to do this roof plane by plane. Everything has to be done the way it's supposed to be done before you can move on to anything else. You can't move on to something until the entire roof is stripped and all the decking cleaned up. Okay. Then you start with your decking attachment, and you have to have your photos with a tape measure on the roof showing the nail spacing on the entire roof. Okay. So somebody can't be on the front of the roof still nailing decking, and somebody's on the back of the roof already trying to install shingles. You can't do that. Can't be done that way. So you might question your roofer about their experience with the process, not only from an installation standpoint, but from a documentation standpoint, and how have they managed and mitigated all those kinds of things with their crews, with their subcontractors.